Hi, friends. Happy Friday. You made it to Friday, so let's all celebrate the day before Memorial Day weekend. First, want to honor our troops and just thank you for your service. And we're truly grateful here at the Ranchod Law Group for all that you're doing for our country. Today, we're going to be talking about a couple of things and answering questions live. So just welcome all of you who have joined live. And if you were unable to make this, just go ahead and post your comments. And I try the best to respond to you. And let me know where you are calling from or where you're viewing from. Love to hear where you're viewing from. So we're just, first of all, just really excited, want to celebrate. We just recently a J1 waiver approved. That is just absolutely, really, we're very happy about it. This was a J1 where there are two physicians from Canada and people, hey, Mohammed, great to see you from Virginia. Welcome. So what we're talking about is we just got a J1 waiver approved, two physicians from Canada. A lot of times people wonder, can you get a J1 waiver approved from Canada? And yes, it's possible. We've done it many times. And it just depends upon what the factors are and how it's communicated and how it's advocated. And welcome to those of you who are joining. What we are also noticing as a trend is no objection waivers, where we're seeing people who filed them independent from our office are getting them denied. It appears that they're raising the bar, raising the standard for no objection waivers. I also just want to make sure that people know that if you have no objection, if you have a J1 visa and you received government funding, your no objection waiver is probably going to get denied. So a lot of times I see this too often where people waste precious time in when filing a no objection waiver when they should have pursued some other option. And my name is Kaushik Ranchod. I am an immigration lawyer, been practicing for over 23 years, and I do have some gray hairs to prove it. Welcome to all of you who have joined. Let me know where you're from. You can put your questions in the chat. We're so excited to see you here today on this Friday before Memorial Day weekend. And just as a shout out to anyone who is in the armed services, just as more gratitude, I'd like to give you a free consultation. So contact our office at 916-613-3553. And we'll schedule you for a free consultation. Just make sure you said you saw us at a live cast, or if you have an immediate family member who's also in the service. We're very grateful for the service that you do. All right, so let's get down to it. What are some late updates? Well, at immigration court, they are passing out what's called self-deportation flyers. This is a violation of due process. And hi, Mano. You want to update on U visas? All right, we'll get to it. So the reason that's a violation of due process is because you are entitled through the Constitution to have your day in court. The self-deportation flyers are a way for the to try to bypass that, but you are entitled to your day in court. As a member of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, as a group, we're contacting Congress to make sure that this unlawful action is not taking place where these are being handed out in court because it's misleading. You are entitled to your day. Now, something else really important that I want to touch upon. Hi, Betty. You want to update on U visas? Okay, big U visa update. Okay, so getting back to it, what I was talking about, green cards. So the administration came out and said green card holders are visitors in this country, and we're going to treat them like visitors. First of all, green card holders are permanent residents. That's why there's the word permanent in front of resident. You went through a whole process. There's the difference between non-immigrant visas, which are visitors, and permanent residents. And so to say that the visitors, that's that, in my opinion, is not accurate. However, that's how the administration is viewing it. So if you're a green card holder, you may want to consider applying for citizenship. Some things to be aware of if you're a green card holder. If you have any criminal issues, be very careful in traveling. If you've been outside, you don't want to be outside for more than 180 days. If you're out for more than 180 days, assumption that you have abandoned your residency. So just to be mindful of that. All right, so let's talk about an update on U visas. We're seeing U visas slow down a little bit. It's taking 8+ years, between 8 and 9 years is what we're seeing. However, on the positive front, we're seeing that people are getting bona fide determinations, meaning that you can get your work authorization sooner, faster. So we're seeing those speed up. Some people are reporting that like within a year. So that's fantastic. So that's when you file for your U visa, you can get work authorization. Also for U visa holders, if you have a U visa that you filed for, you think it might be weak, you may be eligible for a T visa as well. So it's worth contacting to explore the options of a T visa. You're welcome to call our office at 916-613-3553. We do provide free consultations for T visa consultations. If you just want to see if you have a T visa case. Now, whereas this administration is still putting people into removal proceedings, if you have a pending U visa case, T visa gives you more protection as well. All right, so we have another question here. Update on U visa filed March 2017. So I hope, Zubeda, you're going to get your case approved soon. We did just get a case approved in 2016, so don't stress out too much. It might be a year longer. So hopefully you're going to get your case approved sooner rather than later. Okay, if you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the chat. If you'd like to schedule a consultation with our office, you can contact us at 916-613-3553. And Desert Fox, you got your green card. Congratulations. We're so happy to hear you got your green card. That is fantastic news. Which I also want to touch upon here with interviews and green cards. So with the Biden administration, interviews were routinely being waived. This administration, the opposite. It's still possible to get a waive, but it's more likely that you're going to have an interview than not having an interview. And Zubeda, you are welcome. You know, just hang in there. It's been a long wait. I know these U visas are stressful for you guys because 8 years, come on, man. That is not right to make you guys wait 8 years, but it is what it is. It is what it is, and I'm just glad that you're at the tail end of it. Just keep hope alive. You got to keep thinking positive. Just put out the positive vibes out there, despite the challenges that we're facing. You know, I know that it's really tough, but you're at the finish line. All right. If we do not have any questions, I am going to wish you a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Again, if you are from the military or have an immediate family member from the military, I'd like to honor you, and we will schedule a free consultation with you next week. All right. Thank you. Bye for now.